You watch the game on one.
You can check capacitors.
Right.
Also, it has a thermometer built into it.
Nice.
It's about $150.
Nice.
I like that fluke
decent.
you got over there.
I'll take that.
Huh?
You got a fluke over there too.
What do you see? Oh, it's not a fluke in there.
Oh,
And one of the things I wanted to tell you, the reason why I brought the meter out, a lot of the fluke meters won't do the test that you need all the time on this. Like some of the fluke meters, like if you do resistance, we have some things we have to check and talk about, they don't go high enough in range. So you have to be careful because he's not here. One of the guys that was in the class earlier during the week, one of your guys was over there and he went to do a test and found out, oh wow, this meter doesn't work. And Neil ran into the office and came back and said, nope, you can't use that meter for these tests. So I say that to make sure that you have the right meters.
What type is that? What type meter?
This is an Amprobe meter.
No, brand.
This is Amprobe, is the brand.
Yes,
It's Amprobe, is the brand. Brand name Amprobe, that's what their brand name. And what some of the guys will do, when we get done at the end of the class, a lot of the guys come up and take a picture of the model number and look into it. It's a nice meter. One thing I like about this meter, it'll fit into your cargo pant pocket. You don't have that big long.
We can't wear
we don't have
cargo
cargo
pants.
pants here.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
We can't.
It's against company
We have
policy.
UPS.
Okay, I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna touch that one.
You take the amp
I
clip
don't-
and put it on your belt
I
loop.
don't-
Yeah.
Okay, it has that too. You can do that. Okay.
I just say with the yellow clip, just done.
Anyway,
Good money on my field
so
case.
can everybody see this
Spend some good
door?
money on my
How this door is open right here? Because
I don't think
over the last couple days, I had guys that said, "Wow, I never knew that door flap actually opened like that." So you stick your probes right in. So see, you get a reading of 650. What I like for you to do is to come to the door switch, just like the paperwork does. Put it against the ground and check on both sides of the door switch. Sometimes you'll find out that you have a certain amount of milliamps on one side and less on the other. If you have that, that means that switch is what I call is contaminated and not defective, but it may have moisture and rust in it. Because the millivolt is so low, anything that's not a good contact doesn't transfer, so you lose something. Wow. So that will be intermittent power outages. A lot of times it's the door switch, not necessarily the thermal pile.
So if one's lower than the other, you recommend replacement?
Replace the door switch, yes.
Okay.
If you don't get the same on both sides of this tab, replace the door switch. Absolutely, perfect on. So now, I'm gonna show you guys a little something else that happens in the field. Say you're out in the field and you're working and you get the parts, and for whatever reason, the job before you had to use a thermopile, maybe you only have two, you have one for propane and one for natural gas. Why don't I pick up the right one? See this right here? Just turn it like that, put your screwdriver in. Comes out, just like that. So now, the thermopile that's in the propane and the thermopile that's in the natural gas are exactly the same. There's no difference. So now you're not stuck on the job. If you have more than one thermal, if you have two, a natural gas and a propane one, just pull it out the propane one and you're good to go.
We got zero.
Okay, y'all got zero. Well, but this is still already, it's a good idea, right? Did you know that they came out like that? Yeah. And if you got a universal one and you can put ends on it, you can use it. You see how this is made? I mean, if you needed to, you could actually, in a pinch or in a rush, I don't know how far out of circuit you guys go, but nobody wants to drive 35 miles on a Saturday and they don't have the part. So if you can get the customer up and get this in, you can go back and put the OEM one in. But that's what it is. And most millivolt thermocouplers work, thermopiles work the same way. Okay, so, and what's the range again?
350 to 850.
No.
You said 400.
Right, 400. Don't go with that. I'm trying to get you guys to understand that they're trying to get you in trouble. So I'm telling you, the lower number, right, no less than 400. And that's why I'm here. I'm here to give you field experience. Gotcha. They put a lot of things in writing, and that's what the engineers say. In a perfect world,
Yeah.
right, 300,
Perfect gas
350
pressure,
but
yes.
400, I'm letting you know 400 is
empty
the
room.
best way to go.
And that's tested both standing and running.
And-
Right, exactly. So, now, any questions so far?
Never heard of it.
Yes, sir.
Can we
Never
order
got
just a thermal pile?
Neither have I.
Pile
Never got
assembly?
like 6.
You know what?
Yeah.
All I've ever seen is a thermal pile in the box. They have a little white box with a Bradford number. It's usually a 2-something number.
We usually get it.
It's like on a thermocouple, they say they read up to 30.
Yeah.
How often do you see a thermocouple reading 30?
27.
They give you the whole thing.
They give you the whole thing. You don't want to change it, you showed you how to pop it out.
Right, I just showed you how to pop it out in case
Yeah.
you get in the jam. But usually they sell the whole thing, the complete pile assembly.
Oh, okay.
And one of the things
With the
about
gas valve.
changing the entire piece is, and sometimes in a weak pilot signal, it's not, if the pilot itself is bad, so it's a low pilot. If you have a low pilot, it doesn't give you enough flame,
Yeah.
it's good to change it. But if you've already looked in and pushed a button and you do your view, and you see it's a big flame, but you have a weak signal, then I'm letting you know, you can change this.
Yeah.
But it's, I change the whole entire thing in most cases, because that's how I have
You
it.
just said in the
Just
pinch.
play it safe.
You said in the pinch.
Huh?
If you got a small flame, take the orifice out.
I usually go back and replace it later because you missed it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anytime you touch a pilot assembly, you should clean it.
Don't say nothing, take it off.
Yeah.
Well-
You pop it apart, pull the orifice out, blow it out.
Well, if you
put it back
inspect
in.
it,
He's
and you,
open now.
if you inspect it and you see the flame is a proper size, there's no need in taking all that apart so that you drop the orifice if you're running and looking. Everybody, all us over here with the gray, we've all taken a pilot assembly apart and say, oh, where's the orifice? Haven't you?
Sure, oh, yeah.
You've done it too, right?
Oh, yeah.
Artie,
I've
you
done
need
it
to take
too.
glasses.
So I'm saying, you wanna do more by taking it apart and blowing it out and doing all that. Sometimes more isn't always better, okay? Just saying,
I'd go back on so many recalls for dirty
Yeah.
pilots.
okay? Did you?
Not on water heaters, more on
Okay.
boilers.
Okay, but if you visually inspect it, you can tell what
Yeah.
kind of size you got. Okay, so
So when I see dust in the head, then they take it apart.
this is a really flimsy, I call it flimsy, a little small tube. Everybody uses this small tubing now. Be real careful. Pull it out, a couple bends, and it snaps. It's right. It's just. You're screwed with that too. Yeah, you're.
But that we have on the truck.
Yeah, you only
Yeah.
have one
Yeah,
though.
we have the tubing.
Yeah,
So don't
one.
break two.
You only have one.
Yeah, we do carry that.
So you can break one.
Yeah.
Don't break two.
Okay, so now,
You can only break as many parts as you have extras.
so we got any more questions on this so far?
Like igniters.
Now, when you change that, do you usually change the gasket as well on the door?
Oh, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Great
'Cause I always keep it. two
Love that
gaskets.
input.
I got gaskets.
He asked about the gasket. Now,
Okay, the gaskets.
You gotta
the other thing that can cause this switch, how many, what I told you, 90% of the time this switch, if it trips, it's dirty burner.
Yeah.
Anybody know what the other 10% of the time might be, what might be going on?
Plug flu,
Improper. What do you mean?
What may make this trip other than?
tight lining.
Lubrication.
Other than the dirty screen.
Improper lighting.
No, there's a picture right there. See that picture of the tank, of the water heater tank right there?
Okay, you stop it.
Hold it up in the air so they see it. See that? Everybody grab that paper. Pull that paper out. No, that's a thermal expansion piece, but the diagram gives you exactly what I need you to look at. You got it right there. What happens is, if the tank is compromised,
Yeah.
if the tank collapses internally, there's no place for the heat to go. Sometimes it doesn't collapse all the way, but just tight enough around this that it keeps the heat down inside the burner. Well, improper drafting, sometimes when you talk about improper drafting, you look at the hood, from the hood up. But I'm talking about inside the
Yeah, that's
chamber.
internal.
Right, so if that collapses, and you push this button, and you put it back together, and it trips again, what you wanna go over and do is take a pair of channel locks.
Pull that out.
See if you can pull it out.
Okay.
If you can pull it out, you're good. If you can't pull it out, then that means your chamber internally is compromised. You guys following how I'm talking about that? Because a lot of people, and then the other thing that you'll find out, if you go to a service call, first thing besides taking the picture I do is I do a visual inspection. I look to make sure the line's coming up off the tanker straight.
Straight, yeah.
Because if they do this and toe in, your tank, that picture there,
Yeah, the pipe circle.
the tank has collapsed internally. A lot of times, I've went on jobs with people, and I walked in, and as soon as I got in the door, I said, "That water heater's bad." I said, "How do you know? You just walked in." The top part, under the draft hood, it's down. If it's below, where you can't see it, the tank is collapsed.
Okay.
The lines can be straight and it can still be dropped down. Also, on a visual inspection, if that door switch trips, and the bottom of the heater sometimes, I've actually seen the bottom of the tank go the other way. It's just usually concave, it'll be convex, it'll be sitting on the burner.
Oh, wow.
Sitting on the burner. You know, so those are the things that can cause that switch to trip that you need to check. Yes, sir.
How can you tell my age?
How can you tell the age of the heater?
It's the letters. F is like for like 2015 or something.
Well,
Different letters.
let me help you out. Let me help you out with that. We have a app, a warranty app.
Nice.
If
Pretty
you
good.
go with the warranty app, if you download, if you go to BradfordWhite.com,